night, stalled on the track for hours.
It was definitely a bit of a rocky situation.
A mechanical failure for one train meant lengthy delays for two others, stalled near Brockville. While those on an Ottawa-bound train from Toronto finally arrived on a replacement train some 17 hours after departure. Transit within the city will feature less waiting in 2026 and some new features.
That would be much better. Every 6 minutes instead of every 10.
Budget approval means shorter intervals for off-peak LRT and a longer transfer window for afternoon commuters and higher fares. And is the capital set to become a defense innovation hub?
It does make sense for us to be here in Ottawa, just to be that close to these decision makers.
What do plans for a global military bank mean for the city? Good evening. The famous quote says, "Life is the train, not the station." And if that is true, travelers between Toronto and Ottawa last night did a whole lot of living and waiting. A Via Rail trip turned into an overnight ordeal for dozens of passengers after a mechanical failure and an attempted rescue left trains and passengers stranded in Brockville for hours. One train left Toronto around 6:30 last night, bound for Ottawa, but it got stuck just outside of Brockville Station. Did not arrive at the station until around 3:30 in the morning, and passengers didn't get to Ottawa until noon today. CTV's Caitlin Wilson joins us live now with more on how this all went so wrong. Caitlin.
Yeah, Patricia, around 300 passengers were impacted, and while they say staff did everything they could, they tell us not knowing when or if they would ever get moving again was the hardest part.
After nearly 17 hours of travel, Jade Schofield is finally in Ottawa.
I am exhausted. I am excited to get to a hotel and sleep.
She left Toronto just before 7 Wednesday night, expecting to arrive by 11 p.m. But 2 hours into her trip, the train came to a halt just outside of Brockville, stopping to help another train that had broken down because of a mechanical failure.
Through that, we found out that that train had actually been sat there for a number of hours with no light, no heat, no washrooms, and it was a Toronto-bound train.
At one point, 3 trains were involved. Those traveling to Ottawa all ended up on one train that hooked onto the stalled train and pulled it to Brockville Station several hours later.
But then there was an issue with disconnecting it, so we ended up stranded essentially, and of course blocking the tracks.
And with engineering crews at the end of their shift, passengers say they had no choice but to wait.
I think it was just being left in the dark that irked people the most.
Sophie LaBelle was also on the train. She says people tried to sleep with no blankets or pillows and no clear timeline.
There was a sense of camaraderie, and people were trying to sleep on the floor, and they did bring snacks. It's just the absolute lack of transparency.
By morning, with no available buses, passengers were told to find their own transportation, but then Via Rail managed to get them on a regularly scheduled train, arriving in Ottawa at noon.
Via Rail wants to offer our deepest apologies for these events. This is definitely not the level of service that our passengers expect from us, and it's absolutely not the level of service that we want to offer.
Via Rail is offering a full refund along with a travel credit towards a future trip.
Even though I've lost a hotel night, I've lost a day's work, so I don't know if it really, from a financial perspective, weighs it out.
And after a night of uncertainty, LaBelle has just one plan left for the day.
I'm going to bed.
Via Rail says all passengers have now arrived at their final destinations, and the company is reviewing what went wrong, including how to respond to these events to help ensure it doesn't happen again. Patricia?
Quite the ordeal. All right, CTV's Caitlin Wilson live for us tonight. Thank you. Well, waiting for a train will become less common for Ottawa transit riders next year. The 2026 budget includes a plan to increase LRT frequency, which should help with crowded stations as municipal public servants return to the office full-time, and with the possibility that federal public servants could follow suit. Here's a look at some of the highlights included in the transit services budget. Fares will be going up by 2.5% next year. Trains on Line 1 will come more often during off-peak hours, and councillors voted to extend the transfer window during the afternoon commute. CTV's Natalie Van Roy is live in studio with more on this. Natalie.
Well, Patricia, increasing LRT frequency is something that many transit riders have been calling for, along with extending that transfer window. But while many are happy with those changes, they aren't looking forward to paying more to ride the bus and train.
Thank you.
Thomas Dalton often rides the LRT and is happy he won't be waiting as long in the new year.
That would be much better. Every 6 minutes instead of every 10. Like today it was 13 minutes. I don't know why, but something must have been wrong.
As part of the 2026 budget, councillors voted to increase LRT frequency. Starting in April on weekdays, Line 1 will run every 6 minutes between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. and every 7.5 minutes between 6 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. instead of the current 10 minutes.
That's better, because sometimes the trains are so packed there's no seating room. And other people have luggage or they have bicycles or something.
Riders will also have to pay more. Transit fares are going up 2.5% next year. An adult monthly transit pass will cost $138.50. A senior monthly transit pass will cost $59.75.
I think that the buses are always late. I think that they should be giving us a cut in the price.
I do think it might be an issue with the adults going up, especially if downtown Ottawa wants people to use public transportation more rather than driving around.
The average adult fare is raising by 10 cents per adult ride. But we made sure that we froze the Equipass rate for low-income riders and the Community Pass rate, which is a discount for riders who receive ODSP.
Another change, extending the transfer window to prevent riders from paying for a second fare during long afternoon commutes. Right now, riders are getting charged twice for trips longer than 90 minutes. But starting Canada Day, that will be extended to 105 minutes between 3 and 6 p.m. on weekdays. And also new, riders under the age of 18 will be able to ride for free on weekends and holidays. Still, some councillors say more can be done.
The reliability of bus service in the city does not meet our standards, does not meet any benchmarks.
An increasing LRT frequency, offering free rides and extending the transfer window will cost more than $1 million. Councillors are expecting the city will be able to pay for that with savings from lower fuel costs. Patricia.
CTV's Natalie Van Roy live for us tonight. Thank you. And you can scan the QR code on the bottom of your screen to link to us online or visit ctvnewsottawa.ca. We have more details on the city's 2026 budget. Well, as notices go out about public service layoffs, one department is at the heart of the federal government's growth plans. Canada is pledging billions of dollars in defence spending in the coming years, and local officials are hoping the National Capital Region will become the country's defence innovation hub. Here's CTV's Tyler Fleming.
Primarily on the internal organs in the core of the body.
The bomb suits and robots made here serve a single mission, protecting the operator.
It's incredibly rewarding. Our motto is together we save lives. And we live by that motto every day when we come to work.
Two Ottawa companies, Medenge and Dicor, long-standing Canadian success stories. Once startups, now battle-proven businesses with products used worldwide by border agents, police and military.
You touch all the elements of engineering, all within the same sort of ecosystem of the Ottawa area.
As threats evolve, so do they, developing world-class technologies locally.
Suits like this and the R&D that goes on to create them here is exactly why the National Capital Region wants to be Canada's defence hub, linking government, investors and industry to create technology and suits that protect people, the nation and the world.
So it's going to back up away from me.
Area X.O is a prime example, a high-tech test site where companies converge to build tomorrow's technology today.
Antenna arrays.
And as the region pushes to become Canada's defense hub, Ottawa is also looking to become the location of a new global defense bank.
It's modeled on the World Bank. We are the ideal home. The other thing that's really important is proximity to the embassies and to the diplomatic corps and the NATO attachés.
The bank would serve allied countries and could provide a big boost to the city's economy.
If it comes here, it will create 3,500 jobs.
For now, companies like Rheinmetall Prevectus continue to develop autonomous military vehicle systems used around the world. and it happens right here.
It does make sense for us to be here in Ottawa, just to be that close to these decision makers that really drive the innovation process for defense.
Tyler Fleming, CTV News.
Still ahead, a lesson that could save your life. What these teachers in the Pontiac are hoping might stick with the students if they get into a dangerous situation on ice.
Well, many residents started their day by clearing their driveways after the biggest snowfall of the season so far. Environment Canada recorded 12 centimeters at the Ottawa airport by the time the snow tapered off this morning. School buses were running today, and the overnight parking ban was lifted at 7 a.m. The city is asking for patience as the crews clear the roads and the sidewalks. And that clearing made more difficult by the fact that Bryden Denyes tells us there was more snow in certain areas than what they saw at the airport. It was windy, it was drifting. As we take a look through our Centennial Glass Skycam, minus 10 out there right now. We want to get a first check on this forecast and what is in store into the end of the week and the weekend. Out to Jackie now.
Well, thanks so much, Patricia. Yeah, it was quite the snowfall we saw yesterday, and we did see a little bit of those light flurries moving through this morning. The good news is it is starting to slow down or linger for really most parts of eastern Ontario. However, it is windy today. It still continues to be windy, and that snow on the roads is still making the roads a little slick. So drive with caution out there. Now, keep in mind, tomorrow, the 18th annual CTV Your Morning Ottawa Food Drive. Tomorrow, if you're heading down bright and early to our station between 6 and 9 a.m., the good news is no snow is in the forecast, but bundle up. It will be chilly. Right now across the region, temperatures sitting between -9 and -12 as the light flurries continue to move throughout parts of the region. So with the overnight lows, we can expect about -13, few clouds in the sky with a daytime high of -5. We will have a closer look at your forecast and, of course, more from here at the Ottawa Food Bank as we prepare for the 18th annual CTV Your Morning Ottawa Food Drive taking place tomorrow. Patricia.
Well, the Canada Revenue Agency has been getting tons of complaints from Canadians frustrated over call wait times and delays. In September, the government gave CRA 100 days to fix the problem, and the agency says it has made substantial improvements since then. CTV's Kimberly Fowler is live in studio with the details. Kimberly.
Well, Patricia, the CRA says it's answering more of your phone calls, but not all of them. It's also giving Canadians more online options to avoid having to contact an agent over the phone. After a 100-day service improvement plan was mandated in the face of massive delays, the CRA says it's proud that the number of calls answered went from just 35% to its goal of more than 70%. The agency says with 30 million calls a year, including around 300,000 a day during tax time, answering every single call is not sustainable.
We will never be in a position to answer 100% of the phone calls that we receive at the agency. That is actually a very normal operational kind of balance, so to speak, when it comes to contact center operations that are being operated in a very fiscally responsible and somewhat restrained way.
The head of the Union of Taxation Employees believes in the face of government-wide cuts, call center staff are safe for cuts from now, but adds a boost to 4,500 call centers, employees at tax time. It's temporary and a Band-Aid solution. The CRA has also increased online options to cut down on phone calls, diverting as many as 300,000 calls a year. Now, the Finance Minister, François-Philippe Champagne, says the CRA was not meeting the expectations of Canadians before the 100-day service plan was put in place, but the improvements from this review are a step forward. Now, the union also says the improvements we're seeing right now is because we're not in a tax season, but the real test will come after the 100-day plan has been fully implemented. Patricia.
CTV's Kimberly Fowler live for us tonight. Thank you. And we do have extended coverage of the CRA's efforts to improve call center delays. There are more stories online at ctvnewsottawa.ca. Well, 4 Ottawa residents are facing charges after a 10-month investigation into international drug trafficking. The RCMP says people were using Canada Post to ship illegal drugs across Canada and to more than a dozen countries. Officers searched a home in Findlay Creek in October and seized a large quantity of drugs. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security and the Canada Border Services Agency were also involved in the investigation. Members of Parliament are officially on holidays. The House of Commons rising for a 6-week break today, one day earlier than expected.
It has been a gigantic bait and switch. While Mark Carney copies my words, he doesn't put them into practice.
We've cut taxes for Canadians. We've made life more affordable. I think the country's moved a long way since the election.
The House won't be back until January 26th. Any outstanding business will be on hold until then. The Liberals are insisting it was a productive fall session, but the opposition says little was passed.
That's crazy. It's not acceptable.
I think it's acceptable when you look at the tremendous amount of legislation that we were able to drive forward.
And at Queen's Park, today was the final day of the fall session. MPPs won't be back in the legislature until March 23rd, after sitting for only 51 days this year. The opposition is criticizing the Ford government for the extended break, which comes as questions continue over the government's controversial Skills Development Fund. Well, the hope is if the worst happens on the ice, the lesson learned today will stick. A group of students from Pontiac High School in Shawville received real-life experience in ice safety and what to do if you ever fall through. CTV's Dylan Dyson on the dangers of a frozen lake.
It's out of the classroom and into the deep end for students at Pontiac High School in Shawville.
It was a bit cold. It went through right here, so it went down a little, and I was like, oh, burr. But it was funny because when the water comes up, it compresses you, and it's not what you expect.
These grade 10 and 11 students enrolled in firefighting and outdoor education classes, receiving real-world training in ice safety and cold water rescue.
Ice safety is such an important issue in this area. All these students at some point in the winter are probably going to go out on the ice, whether they're ice fishing or snowmobiling.
One of the kids just asked me as soon as we stepped out here, he started getting into snowmobiling questions because, you know, him and his grandpa are around snowmobiling all the time.
Grade 11 student Faith Hamilton appreciates the opportunity to get outside of the classroom.
I think this is actually amazing. It is so fun to actually learn a skill that we can put into use, especially in our area, with so many activities like snowmobiling, ice fishing, all this sort of things. Things happen like in a second, so it's great that I can learn this just in case.
From learning about ice thickness, safety tools, and what to do if you fall in, they are lessons you can't learn behind a desk.
I find it's probably going to be helpful. Knowing what I get into is probably going to save me once or twice. Wow, sledding, ice fishing, anything on the ice, usually.
They have the opportunity to live in this amazing area with all these lakes and rivers, but to understand where the real risk is versus what we could do safely.
And when students graduate, they are skills that can benefit the community.
It's just a great way to make sure that this region has volunteer firefighters, because that's all the towns around. That's what we rely on. So now we're going to have a group of students graduate next year with the certification to be able to become volunteer firefighters.
Dylan Dyson, CTV News, Shawville.
This is absolutely a destination for winter activities. We have one of the best ski networks in all of North America.
Well, just ahead, another dump of snow, only adding to what was already a great base for cross-country skiers this early in the season. We take you to the trail coming up to check out the ideal December conditions. Jackie.
Well, thanks so much, Patricia. We're hanging out at the Ottawa Food Bank where sorting continues down here at the headquarters. We've got Natalie. How's it going so far?
It's great. We have a lot to sort, and I love the people that contribute to the food bank because we really need it.
Well, thank you so much. And Claire, very quickly, there's something happening on Saturday.
There is. There's the Loblaws OC Transpo campaign at all the Loblaws in town.
For donations, yes, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Lloyd also working hard here, unboxing. We won't ask you any questions, sir, unless you want to say hello to anyone at home.
Hi to everyone at home, and volunteer and give your time at the food bank and donate to the food bank. Money preferred, I think.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam, showcasing Parliament Hill and Chateau Laurier glowing with the holiday lights. Current temperature -10.
Walmart Canada is so proud to support Troy Mountain. This is the season for giving, and every child deserves to have a great holiday. Bring a new unwrapped Troy or donate at troymountain.ca. Walmart and Troy Mountain, helping families this holiday season.
Well, taking a look at the roads tonight, we are seeing some backups on the Queensway in the usual spots. Pretty slow through that area at Woodruff, but certainly not as dicey as the conditions were last evening at this time. Well, for some, all the snow means staying cozy indoors, but for others, it means hitting the trails. And this latest snowfall just adds to what is already a great start to the season for cross-country skiers. Here's CTV's Peter Sperling.
Mark Hopkins has been looking forward to this.
I love it. I mean, I wait for winter all year long.
It's his 6th time on cross-country skis already this season.
I come up as much as I can.
Even while recovering from recent knee surgery.
I'm still having trouble walking, but skiing is not a problem.
Gatineau Park, a popular draw for winter fun, including cross-country skiing.
This is absolutely a destination for winter activities. We have one of the best ski networks in all of North America.
There are more than 200 kilometers of skiing trails in the park.
We're still in the preseason right now. We have about 50% of our ski network groomed. Groomers are out. They are grooming so that we can expand the availability of the network over the weekend.
Many already taking it in.
We're so fortunate to have this.
It's a good activity. It makes me breathe, gets my heart rate moving.
The snow conditions are great. It's just snowed. It's fresh snow, fresh trails.
Gatineau Park isn't the only destination. There are many community-run trails throughout Ottawa, like here at Canada Nordic, where the ski season is now officially underway.
We actually opened this morning. Our volunteer groomers were out last night. They were out this morning.
More than 1,000 members at Canada Nordic participate in various programs like Learn to Ski, kids activities, social events.
The goal is to make it a community activity, but with resources and support. So instead of being a solo activity out on a trail by yourself, you're with friends, you get to meet new people.
I'm all ready.
Both Canada Nordic and Gatineau Park require paid memberships or day passes, but there are many free or by donation trails in Ottawa.
Lots of other cross-country trail networks. There's over 100 kilometers of community-maintained trails that are free to access, where you can snowshoe as well as snowbike.
As for Hopkins, it's a winter activity with a view.
The hills are beautiful.
Peter Sperling, CTV News.
Well, it is perfect weather for cross-country skiing, maybe a little windy. Also good for other winter activities, including building a snowman. Yes, that's a pretty good one. A giant one on Queen Elizabeth driveway. Winking at us there in that snow tonight, I think. Out to Jackie now at the Ottawa Food Bank, where there is a lot of fun happening and a lot of collection going on ahead of the culmination of the food drive tomorrow, Jackie.
That's right, Patricia. I mean, over the years, this event has raised over $2 million in donations as well as food donations. So we're really excited to speak on that, and we'll have that in a little bit. But you mentioned it, that snowman. I know exactly where that is, and I pass it through my drive each and every evening. So it's nice to see the snowman out and about. -10 is the temperatures right now, feeling more like -20. Parts of the area or the city could see a little bit of that flurries lingering around, but mainly here in downtown Ottawa, it's cloudy skies. We could see some sunshine as we start our Thursday or our Friday, moving into our Friday, I should say, but mainly cloudy day is what we are anticipating to end our work week. Taking a look at tonight's lows across the region, sitting between -11, -14 for overnight lows, and then tomorrow we are getting to about daytime highs closer to the freezing mark, especially down by Kingston and Trenton, where temperatures are going to be about -1. Really, for the rest of the region, including Ottawa, temperatures will be sitting around -4, -5 degrees. Across the country now, we can see that there has been an influx of temperatures while the Arctic chill has taken a break for our friends in Atlantic Canada. St. John's at 5 degrees, Halifax sitting at 3 degrees. Here in Ontario, the same can be said for about Toronto, but on the opposite scale, -5 in Toronto, -4 in Windsor, so that cool air really moving in. It's our friends in the prairies, though, that's giving us a snap of what we will see for later this week, or this weekend, I should say. -18 in Regina, -21 in Saskatoon, -23 in Edmonton, and -33 in Yellowknife. Now, we won't quite get to -33 here in Ottawa for tomorrow, but the temperatures are going to start dropping into the weekend. Now, the 7-day forecast brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Center, celebrating over 80 years in family business. So we'll have those moderate conditions stick around for Friday, -5. Chance of flurries moving in on Saturday with a daytime high of -3. But overnight into Sunday, it's going to be about -13, -12 with that sunshine is what we're getting for our Sunday. Saturday, -9 for Monday, and that overnight low is going to be about -16. So pretty chilly conditions, but we will have a little bit of a break for that snow or the light flurries moving through. So with lots of sunshine and a little bit of that cloud cover moving in. And ready to make this holiday season truly unforgettable, where Charm Diamond Centers is here to help. As a proudly Canadian family-owned business for over 50 years, they've been creating countless cherished love stories, and we're making it even easier to give the gift of a lifetime. You have the chance to win a spectacular $2,500 Charm Diamond Centers gift card. All you have to do is scan the QR code on the bottom of your screen to visit ctvottawa.ca to enter. Good luck. And again, the 18th annual CTV Your Morning Ottawa Food Drive taking place tomorrow morning between 6 to 9 a.m. We will have these details and much more in here from members of the Ottawa Food Bank in just a bit. But first, we'll take it back to you in studio. Patricia.
Yeah, we'll be needing the details of that forecast for the 6 to 9 a.m. hours as everyone's gathered outside the building here. Always tends to be cold, but it's okay. We'll deal with it. Jackie, thank you.
Sanderson has a look and fires. Tip puck marks from save loose in front. They score!
Well, just ahead, after a rough last few games, the Sens are back on the road, getting a 3-game road trip in Columbus underway.
Tonight, flood emergencies sweeping southern BC.
Nature is powerful and it will do whatever it wants, so the best we can do is hope.
The expanded evacuations, widespread warnings, and a rush to escape rising danger. Later on CTV National News, and watch on Crave after the NFL game.
Plaster Orleans is proud to support Toy Mountain this year. Please donate a new unwrapped toy at any one of the locations across the city, including the one right here at Plaster Orleans. Plaster Orleans and Toy Mountain, helping families this holiday season.
In tonight's big picture, the Toronto Zoo's newest residents are settling in nicely to their new home, which is now covered in snow. This is Blue and Jay, named after, you guessed it, the Toronto Blue Jays. This pair of Highland cows are part of the zoo's Wild Encounters program that allows visitors to get up close to the animals. Highland cattle are a long-haired breed of domesticated cattle known for their distinctive appearance, including that shaggy double coat that protects them very nicely from the cold. The Blue Jays mascot Ace visited the zoo today to meet them. Well, now some other stories you need to know right now. The federal government announcing $6 million in funding for Hydro Ottawa to use artificial intelligence.
This project uses artificial intelligence to understand and predict electricity demand at the neighborhood level.
This will be a pilot project in Canada North, and customers will have to opt in. Energy Minister Tim Hodgson says AI will help the utility predict when electricity demand might spike. That will allow Hydro Ottawa to balance supply and demand on the grid. Ottawa's vacancy rate has increased this year, but there are still a few units available in the low rent price range. The Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation says Ottawa's vacancy rate jumped to 3% this year. It's due to an increase in new units available and a slowdown in demand. The vacancy rate for low rent units is under 1%. The Ottawa Humane Society is opening a community veterinary clinic in Vanier. It will be located in a former post office on Durocher Street. Starting in 2027, the Humane Society is now accepting donations to cover the $9 million cost for the new clinic.
Sanderson has a look and fires. Tip puck marks from save loose in front. They score!
Well, the Ottawa Senators hope to do more scoring tonight as they get set to put a 3-game road trip into action. The Sens are in Columbus to face the Blue Jackets. It is a 7 p.m. face-off this evening. Okay, we want to go back out to Jackie now at the Ottawa Food Bank as CTV Your Morning Ottawa gets set to wrap up their big food drive tomorrow, Jackie.
Yes, Patricia, and work has been underway for weeks, including here at the Ottawa Food Bank. Volunteers working so tirelessly to sort through all the food in time for the holiday season. And it's such a wonderful cause. You can donate starting even right now, monetary goods. But to tell us more, we want to talk to Patricia Johnson. Just tell us about the need for this time of year and just the relationship with CTV Your Morning Ottawa.
Absolutely. So as you said, you've been supporting the Ottawa Food Bank for 18 years, and sadly the need has never been greater. 1 in 4 households in Ottawa experiences some form of food insecurity, which means that can range from worrying about running out of food to sometimes skipping meals. So when we are collecting food and funds from the Ottawa community, it really goes a long way to helping households across Ottawa, especially those with children.
And we just talked about that as well. It's more than 1 in 4 households. In terms of percentages, we're talking about 37% of children are served by the Ottawa Food Bank Network. When we talk about what's the need the greatest, we have a list of items here displayed. Can you just go through it very quickly?
For sure. So when we're talking about kids, things like nut butters and canned fruit are really, really healthful options for after-school snacks and even for meals. We also have baby items, baby food, baby diapers, as well as formula. Those are very, very expensive. And again, we do know that a lot of parents will go without, so that way their children can have the needs. And then for these items, these are really the essentials for creating healthful meals, whether you're living on your own or, again, have a family.
Well, thank you so much, Tricia. Again, food donations go such a long way, but at the same time, cash donations gives the chance to provide in so many other ways. In the previous years, or in total over the years, $2 million has been raised, including more than 575,000 pounds of food. And the thing is that we want to continue with this tomorrow between 6 and 9. You're going to be there. Tell the folks at home as well.
Bright and early, 6 to 9 a.m. Please come down to 87 George Street outside the Bell Media Studios. Bring in your donations, but also your donations of cash are also very helpful because they can help us buy what's needed.
Yes, and we are going to bundle up as well because it's going to be a chill. You'll have your sweatpants. It'll be a chilly morning out, but we're so excited to bring this joy and generosity to the city of Ottawa. Thank you, Tricia.
Thank you.
We have breaking news tonight. Another Conservative MP is crossing the floor to the Liberal Party. The Liberal Party releasing this statement from Ontario MP Michael Mah just moments ago. It reads, "After listening carefully to the people of Markham Unionville in recent weeks and reflecting with my family on the direction of our country, I have informed the Speaker and the Leader of the Opposition that I will be joining Prime Minister Mark Carney in the Government Caucus." He goes on to say, "I have concluded that Prime Minister Mark Carney is offering the steady, practical approach we need to deliver on the priorities I hear every day while door knocking in Markham Unionville." The Liberals now have 171 seats, just one shy of a majority government.
We used to wait an hour or two. Now it's, under half an hour and usually under 15 minutes.
Well, just ahead, how a pilot project is improving taxi service for wheelchair users in Ottawa.
Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, Your Morning Ottawa, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
Escape to Stone Manor Studios, just down the road in Newborough, where you can explore your creativity and get away.
We nurture your creative spark here. At Stone Manor Studios, we offer art classes, retreats, and workshops to help you create, connect, and reset. We welcome you to come on down and visit us.
It's a beautiful place, and you can discover art in new ways. Live better in Westport. Visit watercolorwestport.com. I love it in here. It's very cute.
The Bell Media building is lit up beautifully this year thanks to our friends at Christmas Decor from Nutrilon. Well, it's fairly easy to call a taxi in the city, but it can be difficult for those who need an accessible cab. Now, wheelchair users in Ottawa say they're seeing dramatic improvements in service with wait times cut in half because of a city pilot project. Here's CTV's Dave Charbonneau.
This is a really nice wheelchair.
Sheila Brown has been using a wheelchair since 1987 and says getting a reliable ride has always been a challenge.
We used to wait an hour or two. Now it's, under half an hour and usually under 15 minutes.
She says accessible taxis are a completely different experience from what she's used to with Paratranspo.
The accessible taxi is far superior as far as service. Paratranspo tries to put as many people on a bus as possible.
So even though they booked it with Capital, we still put it on Blue Line. And
the new model uses a centralized dispatch system that pushes calls to multiple fleets across the city, making it easier to match a driver with a rider quickly.
So when the power is off, that means the wheelchair can go back.
The user pays the standard rate charged by the taxi companies.
To go to the Civic each day, I was running about $20 to $25.
As soon as somebody is close, we make them accept it. They're not allowed to reject it. They're not allowed to decline.
A city-approved pilot project is backing the service with financial incentives, including a $15 payment to drivers for each accessible trip.
And what type of wheelchair do you have?
And the calls are shared across companies to maximize availability.
When we get an accessible call, it doesn't stay just on one fleet. We add it to Blue Line, Capital, and Westway, so it opens it up to all the vehicles.
Riders like Sheila and Ian Brown say that kind of flexibility has made a big difference in the level of service they receive.
They help me with the bags. I've usually got four or five bags on my walker. My wife's purse, my bag, and another bag for something else. Yeah. But on general, they're all happy.
And for Sheila, it's not just about speed, but also the care drivers provide.
The drivers have been just wonderful, and they'll back in, and I can come out the garage door or the person door, depending, and get out and just drive in the back of the van. I love it.
Coventry Connections says there are roughly 80 accessible taxis across Ottawa, many available 24 hours a day. Dave Charbonneau, CTV News.
Well, just ahead, Canada records its first trade surplus in months. We'll have those details from the BNN Bloomberg newsroom.
The magic of the holidays is here, and this year the need is greater than ever.
Let's ensure every child in our community feels the joy with CTV and Move 100's Toy Mountain.
Together with the Salvation Army, we can help spread cheer and make a child's wish come true.
Drop off any new unwrapped toy to the designated drop-off locations or make a monetary donation online.
For all the details, visit toymountain.ca, presented by Donnelly Automotive Group.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
Well, it is almost time for the weekend, and we check in now with our iHeartRadio Weekender, Tanea Taylor. Tanea.
Tomorrow night, step into the magic of the season as the arena at Canadian Tire Centre is transformed into a Laxmas wonderland. Get ready for a night where the holiday spirit meets Canadian competition as your Ottawa Black Bears take on the Saskatchewan Rush. And don't forget to bring a teddy bear and be ready to throw it on the turf in support of CTV and Move 100's Toy Mountain. Tickets at ottawablackbears.com. Next on today's list is the Magic of Lights, proudly presented by CTV and Move 100. This is a 2-kilometer drive-through with over 2 million lights, including Ontario's largest light tunnel. It's in support of CHEO and a great one to bring the family to or to check out for a date night. Grab a hot drink on the way and go have some fun. Last on the list today is the Swiftmas Market and Taylor Swift docuseries Watch Party in Greeley at the Orchard View Event Center. Check it out for Taylor-themed gift ideas or bring the Taylor fan in your life out for a super fun outing. This is happening Saturday and features dozens of local vendors, including food and drinks. As usual, lots more happening around the capital this weekend. For the full list and all the details, check ctvottawa.ca/weekenders. For the iHeartRadio Weekenders, I'm Tanea Taylor. Have a great one.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
Canada exported more goods to the world than it imported in September. That comes as a surprise given the trade war with the U.S. BNN Bloomberg's Marilla Fernandez has more.
In September, Canada recorded a trade surplus, the first we've seen since January. It wasn't large, only $153 million, but it was a big reversal from the trade deficit of $6.4 billion in August. Exports in September are up across several categories, including metals. Aluminum exports spiked over 18% that month, but it's still a lower shipment than last September, with the U.S. tariff of 50% on the Canadian metal. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is up to 72.61. West Texas Intermediate crude is down to 57.90. Western Canadian Select is down a bit to 44.49. And the TSX gained another 169 points, so it's another record close for the index again today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
Well, coming up, Time Magazine names its 2025 Person of the Year. An interesting choice. We'll tell you more after the break. Jackie.
Well, thanks so much, Patricia. After the food has been sorted and boxed, it goes to this part of the warehouse where, Ashil, what happens after here?
Once the food reaches to this stage, this is where the member agencies can order for the families that they serve.
All right, thank you so much for that. And we talk about those agencies. There's 71 in the Ottawa Food Bank Network. How fascinating is this? Thank you so much. And let's move on to our live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam, where we are showcasing Parliament Hill and Chateau Laurier glowing with holiday lights. The current temperature, -10.
Tis the season to lend a helping hand, Ottawa.
Join us for the CTV Your Morning Ottawa Food Drive on Friday, December 12th. We're teaming up with the Ottawa Food Bank to help our neighbors this holiday season.
Drop off your non-perishable food items at 87 George Street or make a monetary donation, allowing the Ottawa Food Bank to buy what's needed most when it's needed.
CTV Your Morning Ottawa Food Drive, December 12th, proudly sponsored by Doyle Saluski.
Escape to Stone Manor Studios, just down the road in Newborough, where you can explore your creativity and get away.
We nurture your creative spark here. At Stone Manor Studios, we offer art classes, retreats, and workshops to help you create, connect, and reset. We welcome you to come on down and visit us.
It's a beautiful place, and you can discover art in new ways. Live better in Westport. Visit watercolorwestport.com. I love it in here. It's very cute.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
Well, here's a recap of the top stories we are following right now.
It is an unacceptable event.
Via Rail is apologizing to hundreds of passengers who got trapped on a train overnight after it got stuck in Brockville on its way to Ottawa.
Today it was 13 minutes. I don't know why, but something must have been wrong.
Ottawa Transit riders will be paying more to use OC Transpo next year, but the LRT will be running more frequently during off-peak hours.
It does make sense for us to be here in Ottawa, just to be that close to these decision makers.
As the government promises billions in defense spending, Ottawa and Gatineau are vying to become the country's defense innovation hub and to become the headquarters of a new global military bank. One final check on the forecast. Want to go back out to Jackie at the Ottawa Food Bank. Jackie?
Well, thanks so much, Patricia. I just want to shout out the wonderful volunteers here tonight and the crew who are making the food donations and the sorting possible for this evening. And the fun is going to continue tomorrow. If you are heading down to 87 George Street, bright and early between 6 and 9, I'm going to tell you what that temperature is. I'm not loving it as much. The temperature around 7 a.m. will be around -12, with that wind chill feeling closer to about -18. So it will be a chilly one. Bundle up, but it will be a lot of fun tomorrow morning. Daytime high -5, mainly cloudy skies. We could see some flurries for Saturday. Daytime high -3, but things start to dip in terms of temperature. Or Sunday, while it will be sunny, we will see a daytime high of -12. I want to bring in Patricia Johnson one more time, and you can donate starting right now to the Ottawa Food Bank for financial or cash donations, but even tomorrow, what's the plan?
Tomorrow, we're going to be there bright and early, 6 to 9 a.m. Bring your food donations as well as any cash donations you might want to make. And you can also donate it online at www.ottawafoodbank.ca.
Well, we appreciate that too. And thank you guys so much. Do you want to wave to your family and friends back home, and even to Patricia Boal back in studio, as well as Kimberly Fowler? Thank you so much for having us here. I will see you guys later this evening.
We're going to have the door propped open here at 87 George tomorrow morning, Jackie. So we'll warm up the sidewalk. We'll keep everyone warm and fuzzy as they're doing something that should make them feel pretty good about themselves as well, which is awesome. We want to check in and see what our news team is working on for tonight. Kimberly Fowler is on the desk at 11:30.
You mentioned it earlier in the show. The Sens, they are on the road tonight. They're facing the Blue Jackets, so we'll have a recap of that game. And gift cards are an easy and popular gift at this time of the season. Most of the time you can redeem them without any issues, but sometimes criminals can tamper with them and drain the balances before you get a chance to use them. So we'll have more tonight on how and why it can take months trying to get your money back. We can get the news anytime, anywhere at ctvnewsottawa.ca. Join me tonight for CTV News at 11:30.
All right, good stuff, Kimberly. Thank you. And finally for us tonight, Time Magazine has unveiled its 2025 Person of the Year. Yes, not just one person. The magazine has actually named Architects of AI as this year's recipients. So officials at Time say 2025 was the year when artificial intelligence became a dominant part of everyday life. As we know, we've been talking about it a lot. It affects everything from the economy to schooling. So this edition of the magazine will have two covers. One has, as you can see there on the left, just the initials AI, the letters, under construction. The second features tech titans, including Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk in that group of men. All men.
Yeah, all men, yeah. But yeah, AI, very interesting conversation that people are having. It's, a lot of people I know use it so much more day to day. I've used it a couple of times, you know, to simplify things that I don't understand that I'm watching on certain things. But yeah, AI, big topic of conversation this year.
Big topic, controversial a little bit, but I think that's part of it, is getting more comfortable with some of the good stuff that can happen with it and how quickly it can piece together some information for you and whatnot. And use it as a tool.
Yeah.
I mean, we were scared of calculators when they first entered the classroom too. Right?
Exactly. But I also heard that AI uses a lot of water, so much water to make it work. So I had to ask how that was.
Too bad we're out of time. We can't explain that.
Go check it out.